Understanding financial repression, a historical and contemporary analysis. Financial repression is a strategy that governments have employed for centuries to reduce their debt burdens, often at the expense of individuals within the economy. The United States government has utilized various forms of financial repression for at least 150 years. Given the current financial challenges, it is increasingly probable that new measures of financial repression will be imposed. Failing to prepare for these measures could result in significant financial costs for individuals. Here at All Things Money, we educate everyday individuals about unconventional financial strategies not typically discussed by mainstream financial advisors. What is financial repression? Financial repression encompasses a range of tools that enable governments to reduce their debt without resorting to austerity measures such as raising taxes or cutting spending. Historically, if a government was low on resources, it would have to either stop spending or forcibly extract wealth from its citizens, often leading to societal collapse and revolution. In the modern era of central banking and fiat currency, financial repression allows for a more subtle extraction of wealth from citizens, often going unnoticed. When faced with a debt crisis or the risk of default, governments typically resort to financial repression to manage their debt. This involves measures that ensure citizens cannot protect their wealth effectively. Historical use of financial repression. Governments have often used financial repression to navigate financial crises, even before reaching extreme debt levels. A notable example in the United States is Executive Order 6102, where FDR prohibited the ownership of gold, compelling citizens to exchange their gold for paper dollars. This allowed the government to devalue the dollar and print more currency, leading to inflation that helped mitigate its financial issues. However, this devaluation transferred the financial burden to those holding dollars. The Federal Reserve has documented instances of financial repression in the U.S. dating back to the Civil War, where the National Bank Act required banks to hold government securities, effectively forcing them to lend money to the government. Negative real rates. One common tool of financial repression is maintaining negative real interest rates. This occurs when the nominal interest rate is lower than the inflation rate, resulting in a loss of purchasing power for lenders. Historically, the U.S. government has borrowed money at rates lower than inflation, transferring wealth from lenders to the government. How financial repression forces lending. When real interest rates are negative, it discourages lending. To counter this, governments implement measures to force lending. For example, the National Bank Act required banks to lend to the government. Similarly, yield curve control by the Federal Reserve kept government borrowing costs low, resulting in negative real yields. In recent times, regulatory changes could allow banks to lend unlimited amounts to the U.S. government without repercussions, effectively making them money printers for the government. This tool could help the government reduce its debt by inflating away the cost. Protecting yourself from financial repression. To safeguard your wealth from financial repression, consider the following strategies. 1. Purchase physical gold. Hold physical gold in private vaults in different countries to avoid reporting requirements. This provides a means to get some wealth out of the system without government knowledge. 2. Avoid using cash. Holding cash in overseas accounts or vaults is reportable. Opt for other forms of wealth storage. 3. Store Bitcoin in cold storage. Bitcoin is resistant to government control, unlike other cryptocurrencies. Storing Bitcoin outside the traditional financial system before capital controls are imposed can protect your wealth. 4. Keep one foot inside the system. Staying partially within the system allows you to capitalize on investment opportunities arising from economic misallocations and value swings.
As always, do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel, All Things Money, to see more content like this.